So thanks once again for dropping by the channel. If you like the content, if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, share the video if you enjoyed it, felt it was useful. Now let's get into this. So obviously in the last 2 weeks we got word about Tyson Fury and this whole Ukda situation about, potentially him being investigated by Ukda over, claims made by this farmer who said that he was paid in something in the region of 25 grand to basically just give false information to Ukda. This was in 2015, I believe, when all this kind of, Fury Ukda thing basically just came all out in the media and all that kind of stuff. That was after he beat Klitschko. I think it was actually 2016 actually. Fury, we know, was out of the ring for a while, and that seemed to be the end of it until everything's come about now. But it's being reported here on Boxing Scene that Tyson Fury made a decision to return his boxing license, at least his British boxing license, before he fought Deontay Wilder in the rematch, and that could mean that he basically avoids investigation. So I have the Boxing Scene article here, and it says here, it's been reported, it says Tyson Fury formally relinquished his license with the British Boxing Board of Control before winning the WBC heavyweight world title, a decision that could effectively put him beyond the reach of any reopening of Ukda anti-doping investigations into him. Fury boxed under a Nevada license when he won the WBC title from Deontay Wilder in Las Vegas last month. He last boxed in the UK in August 2018. It was actually in June 2018, because that was when he boxed in Ireland, that was in Belfast, and is required to renew his license each year. But Fury had not simply let his license expire. So Fury let his boxing license expire with the British Boxing Board of Control. Says here, basically it says here that his license expired shortly before his rematch with Deontay Wilder. So essentially that could put him out of the reach of the British Boxing Board of Control. Now, it says here basically that if Fury decides to, if decided that Fury deliberately misled the hearing, they could face further doping charges, which could result in an 8-year ban. But this is assuming that, this is basically assuming that Fury was under license with the British Boxing Board of Control, because he's basically saying that, if he was under license with the British Boxing Board of Control and they did Ukda investigated, he could face an 8-year ban, but essentially he may not face any action purely because he's got no license with the British Boxing Board of Control. He's not basically being drug tested by Ukda. It'd be all VADA, and not that there's drug testing going on now anyway. So essentially Fury could avoid, as they say, he could avoid any, wrongdoing. I don't say wrongdoing, but he could avoid any investigation or something like that. So that's essentially what they're reporting here. Now, 2 things to take from this. One, obviously, maybe Team Fury knew that this maybe could potentially be something, which is one of the reasons why they've been so keen to fight in the States the last few years, or the last year or so, because Fury hasn't fought in the UK anyway since June 2018. So it's a while, it's 2 years now. And, they've been keen to, keep everything going in the States. They've been saying they want to keep these fights going in the States. They want to fight Anthony Joshua. Don't know if it was them who said it, but, they were open to the possibility of fighting Anthony Joshua in Saudi Arabia if that fight materialises. And has me thinking now, if all this is going on in the UK, there's a pretty good chance, and I mean there's a very good chance we've seen the last Tyson Fury in the UK in terms of him boxing in the UK. There's a pretty good chance, if he's relinquished the license and all this stuff from Ukda is going about, there's a pretty good chance we ain't going to see him in the UK fighting anytime soon, or possibly ever again. If Fury has, we'll say, 3 fights left in him, there's a very good chance we won't see him in the UK again. So, quick little video here giving my 2 cents on it. It does look like that is the way it's going to go. It doesn't look like Tyson Fury is going to go back to the UK anytime soon. And as I said, this matter, if it wasn't for the fact that there's so few boxing news out there, I reckon this matter probably wouldn't even get looked into. But because there's nothing going on in the world of boxing, matters like this are being looked into. So, quick little video here. Those are my thoughts on it. Let me know yours down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, of course, if you are new. And as always, I will talk to you.